Hi Rankin, this is Ben Boulware, America's Baseball Camps, touching base in regards to doing your video analysis work of your swing. I did see some things that I think you can work on and look forward to sharing those with you. A lot of it of what I learned in the pros and won a minor league batting title and have been doing video evals for the last decade. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to draw some lines on you and talk about some things, and let's get started. So in regards to our stance is in pretty good shape in regards to your start. I like where your eyes are. I like where your posture is. I like the distance that you have in between your feet and your shoulders. I like where your hands and your barrel position are. Everything's in pretty good shape in regards to your start and your approach. Once we want to go into land foot, that's kind of the next phase of where we want to do our video analysis work, is when we go into that stride foot. And what we want to do is I go to land foot. One thing I do see right away that we really got to work on is this lower arm. What happens is that lower arm is getting locked out too soon, and we call it casting. And what you want to do is at this part of our swing, you still want to have some decent angle in that arm so where you're not locked out. You want to be short to the ball and long through it. And at this part of our swing, we are casting, which is going to make us long to it and long through it. So at this point of our swing, you still want those hands to be nice and high. You want to angle in that bat. You want your hands to be up in that area, and you still want to be back a little bit to make sure that you're going to be nice and short to the ball. You want to have your hands look like that, your bottom hand to look like that at contact, and not look like that earlier. I think that's going to make a big difference on your faster pitching in regards to just making sure that you're on time and you're not going to be late, because I know you were late on this ball. But again, it's somewhat to do with that bottom arm on faster pitching is really going to help you with that. You stayed through the ball really nice. Lower half of contact is in pretty good shape. Your head was on the ball. Do a lot of good things. A lot of good things mechanically. Someone's been working with you that knows what they're doing. So when you come to finish, pretty good finish in regards to that. You had nice and balanced. One of the better lower halves swings I've seen. So we just weren't on time on that. I think the biggest thing on that swing is just working on that arm position to make sure that you're just going to not bar and not cast on that lower arm. A good drill for this is basically what you want to do is you want to just take a small bat like a t-ball bat, and you can see you kind of have some good angle on the arm right there, and just kind of rest it on our shoulder and just take your top hand off. Basically do some soft toss with a small bat with either wiffle balls or real balls, and just focus on just taking it off your shoulder and going right to the ball. And you want to extend right before contact. Ideally you want to extend a lot later than what you're doing here, so you can get there on that faster pitching to make sure that you're going to get yourself up loaded with that leg and that stride foot, that you can really get there on time and not be late in regards to that bottom arm. So let's see on this swing what happens. So you can see here it's casting out. We've locked out too early, and when we lock out, you'll notice also that it lowers my hands. So I can see here at this point of our swing, if I still had angle in that arm, my hands would be higher. And basically, if I had my hands up here, I can work more on a downhill angle to make sure that I'm more on time. I'm out in front. I'm right on that front foot when I make contact. But you can see how that bottom arm is locked, and it kind of messes up to be late because we're just didn't get that barrel released. You can see right here how it just was a little bit late, and not bad, but again, this is going to make a big difference in regards to that to focus on, because your mechanics are really, really good. It's just that that casting of your lower arm is affecting your success by making you late to the ball, by making your hands drop, and just doing some things that you normally shouldn't have to do. But I think that one-handed drill will help you to really work on that, because mechanically and so many parts of your swing are in pretty darn good shape. Let's go into one last swing here. So I'm going to go into land foot here as I go stride. Boom. And you can see right away that pushes the hands away from my body if that arm is straight. And it's going to make us late to the ball. It's going to take away power. And what it's going to do is it pushes the hands. See how it pushes the hands away from my body? And I'm going to be around the ball instead of kind of pulling it by my body and making sure that I can get full extension at contact here. This one's a little bit better, but you can see how we're not very strong at contact here in regards to just working on that lower half. Lower half is in really good shape. I would just work on that. That's the one thing, because everything else looks good, man. It looks in really good shape. Didn't stay through the ball enough on that one. Kind of was out in front a little bit, but you're nice and solid with the lower half. You're doing that. We gotta be shorter to the ball. We gotta be longer through the ball, and we just gotta work on that one hand drill. So there's not too many things that I would be working on your swing, but this is a big one because it's going to make you late. It's going to take away power. It's going to do a lot of things that that are going to affect it. So keep working on this. I think it's going to make a big difference in regards to your swing when you talk about guys that throw a lot harder and that type of thing, and it's going to make just a big difference in regard to your swing. I'm looking at one more. Looks like we got one more swing here. So we're going to go under land foot here, and let's see what happens with that arm. So the second at land foot, see how that arm's straight right there? So at this part of our swing, again, keep this angled. Keep this angled still. That's going to keep us short, because when you push out that arms, look what it does to our hands. It drops our hands. And now you're going to be working this direction instead of working downhill. Because at this point you still want your hands up higher to work downhill to get my hands to get full extension at contact. So this is going to make a huge difference, and I look forward to seeing how that progresses, and just wish you the best the rest of the summer, and hope to have you back at camp real soon.